Hey guys, welcome back to this channel. My name is Ronnie. I'll be your host as always. If you guys new to this channel, by all means subscribe, comment if you like about anything and everything when it comes to personal finance. So in today's video, I'm going to talk about buying a brand new car. Now, for those of you who are thinking of buying a brand new car, is it really worth it? Well, if you have to think about that, it's probably not. It's not worth it. For the following reason. Okay, so if you're buying a brand new car cash, maybe. If you're buying a brand new car cash. Now, if you're buying it on finance with a small deposit or with weekly repayment, balloon period, and whatever the terminology that you're looking at on a personal loan, or if not the car company finance, pretty much on payments is what I'm trying to say. No, it's not worth it. Now, just because you have a newborn or a new baby, it does not mean that you're required to spend $60, $70, $80, $100,000 on a car. Does not make any sense. Granted that you've got the cash, it will be better off if you actually invest that cash, so that way you can, in a sense, live happily when you don't have any payments. Look, don't get me wrong, brand new car feels great. Love it. The smell of a brand new car, the feel of a brand new car. But that smell or the wear and tear of that vehicle after a while will be gone after maybe a couple of weeks or months, or maybe within a year. But at the same time, you still got the repayments to deal with for X number of years. Not only that, you gotta work out also the expenditure on that, in that car. Just because you've got the car now, but if you're paying double, or not double, more like times it by 1.5, is it still worth it? Because that's how much you will be paying over the whole term when you're financing them. So, as an example, if you were buy a car that is $50,000, if you buy cash right now, it will be $50,000. But if you are taking payments on a long term, say 5 years with a balloon period of X or whatever the payment structure is, you'll be paying roughly about $75,000 instead of $50,000. And not just that particular car, you would not be able to sell it for more than what you bought it for. So it's probably going to be worth roughly about $30,000 later on. So if you look at it for a safety point of view, or you want to have a car that is safe, reliable, and all the bells and whistles, granted, okay, what's wrong with a car that is 5 years old? Nothing wrong with it. You still have, if it's not safe, it won't be on the road. That's how I see it. If it did not meet the requirement of that state, that country, it would not be on the road. And for the first few years when you actually have the car, especially on a newborn, you won't go far with it. You're probably just going to go to the shops and back to the doctor and back, and that is as far as we went. We didn't go for a day trip, we didn't go for a long drive. On an average is about 10 to 15 minutes, maybe if you're lucky 1 hour long drive away from home. Because the fact that you're gonna be like the thought process of it, if I need to go somewhere, I have to pack this, and then by the time you get there, you gotta unpack, and then you gotta repack again. That alone, it's sort of like put us off as a new parents anyway. Well, it put me off, definitely. So that's why we didn't go anywhere for the first 2 and a bit years. Majority of the time, we're just going somewhere that is a walking distance. like going to the park, for example, that has to be a walking distance. And like, we didn't put any screen time to my kids, and we didn't put those I guess TV in the back of our seats. So we pretty much don't rely on any of this type of entertainment except for radio. ABC Kids help. ABC Kids app, that helps. But aside from that, there isn't any something fancy. They bring a book, and they bring their toys, and that's about it. And yeah, like, especially if you have a mortgage as well, why would you want to put yourself in that much pressure? Buying a car on a finance, that's a payment. You've got a car, you've got a house that is on a mortgage, that's a payment. What else is that? You're probably going to surplus with credit card expenditure, that's a payment. So all of this payment all adds up when you just think about it. So what I do is, instead of that, we bought a bigger car, because my car was a very small, a little hatchback, very small car. It didn't fit for the pram, so we got a big family car, but we bought it in cash. Did we buy brand new? No, we bought it second hand. It was a hand-me-down from a friend of ours because they were upgrading to a bigger car because they needed a bigger car. Yeah, for us, we just pay that in one lump sum and we didn't have to worry about it. And when you're buying a brand new car, especially when you get a scratch, oh, that would hurt, really hurt. Because you want to get that fixed because it's being scratched. Like with our car, there was a problem with windscreen. We didn't even fix that until recently, and just getting the windscreen fixed up alone, it feels like a brand new car. So better off saving up that money to do other things instead of just buying it on a bling bling. It is not worth it. Yeah, I don't see the need of people buying brand new car. I don't see the need people spending $50,000-$70,000 on a car. I don't know. Like, it could be just me, because a car, it's a vehicle to get you point A, point B. You're still going to be in the same traffic with everyone else. But with me, it's like, it's a mode of transport to get you point A to point B. The reason why I wouldn't go on a payment plan is the following things. There's a lot of uncertainties, I guess, in life. So let's assume that you're gonna have that, big vehicle. This could happen, and it happened to me. I bought a car brand new once, and I'll never do it again, ever. Till this day, I will never do it again. There's uncertainty of, what if you lose your job? What if you can't make the payment on that car? What are you going to do next? How do you expect to make a payment? So you've got another choice. You probably end up having to sell that car. And when you sell that car, what are you going to do with mode of transport? You're probably end up going back to the basic $10,000 car less. So why don't you just start with $10,000 car less, something that you can pay in cash, something that you don't have to worry about in terms of long term. And for me, having a cheap car, the beauty thing about it is, if you get hits, if you get a scratch, that's how I see things anyway. Now, it might be wrong, it might be different from one person out there, from you and me. But I look at it, if I have $100,000, which we did at one stage, which I wanted to do to buy my dream car, and then I realized I can buy $10,000 cars. I can buy a house with that $100,000. I can create a passive income from that, from a property or a business. I can do a lot more things instead of just taking me as a mode of transport between A to point B. So, yeah, I can possibly be pay off my mortgage on that, instead of me paying interest on my properties. So there's a lot of things that you can do instead of just buying I can buy another house. I can pay off the mortgage, which is the two biggest expenditure of your life, especially if you're buying on a 30 years mortgage. So yeah, a car is a car, gets you point A to point B. Not worth it buying a brand new. Never buy a brand new. I'll buy second hand. Anyway, that's just my thought. Don't forget to subscribe, comment, guys. See you all on the next